I can't tell how many times I think I've stood in front of the mirror and I've tried on like 10 different shirts or 10 different pairs of pants or something, and nothing looked right. And I realize now, looking back, that it was really my face that I was unhappy about. It wasn't my shirt, it wasn't my jeans, it wasn't my shoes, it wasn't my jacket or whatever. It was really the fact that no matter what I wore, I looked in the mirror and I saw my face and I was unhappy with the way I looked. I thought I looked dirty, I thought I looked like I had a disease, I thought I looked sick, I thought I looked disgusting. I mean, nothing looked right because all I could see was my acne. And I really would say that it was holding me back in my life. It was holding me back in my relationships because, in my friendships, because I never really wanted to go out and socialize with people. I felt insecure when I talked to people. I felt like they were staring at my face all the time. I would always have to keep like a certain distance away from people because I didn't want them to get too close to be able to stare at my pores or my pimples or my breakouts or that one giant pimple that I had here or there. It was really holding me back in my self-esteem and growing as a person. It was hard for me to move on because I was always thinking about my acne. I'd wake up in the morning, and it's kind of hard to avoid when so many things require you to show off your face because you look in the mirror when you're at home by yourself, or when you go out, when you go to school, when you talk to people. When I met new people, it was hard for me to date or meet women, or I know many women, it was hard for them to meet men because they understood or they believed that it was at least slightly important for a woman to look attractive. And when you go out to these parties and you're meeting new people, it's hard really to get out of your head because maybe you're having fun and then at one point you go to the bathroom and you're washing your hands and you look up at yourself and you see that new whitehead forming, and it brings you back to that nightmare of a reality that you still do have a lot of pimples on your face. And you start thinking to yourself, I don't look like everyone else. And you walk out of that bathroom and you're self-conscious and your self-esteem is plummeted and you just don't feel happy anymore. And it's really hard to forget because there's just this constant reminder written on our faces. And it's there every time we look at ourselves. And the more we look at ourselves, the more we hate our faces, the more we hate our faces, the more we want to check in the mirror to see if it's gone the next day. And it's just self-perpetuating downward spiral, I think, that just gets worse and worse, and you try harder and your acne gets worse and it's not working, and you panic and you get more depressed, and the more depressed you try even harder, but it's still not working and you can't figure it out. And at this point, people are so confused and sad, and it's exactly where I was at. I was at that bottom of bottom where I'd be locking myself in my room, not wanting to go out, not wanting to meet people, making up all sorts of excuses if I had a pimple. I'd be constructing my schedule based on if I had a pimple or not. On a good day when I didn't have a pimple on the tip of my nose, or if I did happen to get a pimple, I would have to wait so many weeks so that I could go out again, meet people when that zit finally disappeared from between my eyebrows or wherever it was. It was exhausting, and it was just easier not to embarrass myself. I didn't buy nice things, I didn't try on nice clothes, or I didn't try to take care of myself because, you know, what did it matter? What did it really matter when I really looked in the mirror and I thought I looked disgusting? And you might be asking yourself the same thing. What does it really matter? To a certain extent, maybe some of you have given up hope, and you look in the mirror and you think, I hope it's not like this the rest of my life because I don't know if I can do this forever. So what if you could be clear and finally move on?